Hello everyone, hope we're having a fantastic Sunday. I just completely forgot that we were supposed to be doing Golden Saucer first. So I immediately beelined over here. Because I forgot that I wasn't actually here yet. And now I'm only just remembering that I put in the title that we were going to start with Golden Saucer. Let's just go ahead and pull it up and see. I believe I've looked at it already. Or I've looked at Kai's graphic already. And it's supposed to be really easy this week. So let me go ahead and do that. If it is, then we can just do that. If it's really easy, I'll just quickly do it. Oh yeah, it's really easy. I obviously have the classic spectacles. And then I have oh wait, I need to actually show you guys. I have classic spectacles. And I have Thavnarian tights, and I have some sandals. I think I have both the Moonfire and just leather sandals. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to make an outfit with all three and just see how many points it gets me. I'm not going to bother trying to do the dye. Okay, let's switch back. Kind of annoying that I actually got here all the way here. I got here just in time before the timer ran out, and then I'm like, oh. Oh well. Let's go ahead and do Golden Saucer. Do a fashion report and check our Jumbo Cactpot. And then we'll do Endwalker MSQ. Let me actually update the stream text. Because I completely forgot. Oh, that's Steam, not Stream. Stream. Oh, of course, if I type in the full word for stream, it pulls up Steam. But if I pull up, if I type in Stree without the M, it pulls up the stream text. That's Windows, Windows search for you. As you might have noticed, I've changed my stream layout again. This time I feel like it's a bit better. Cause I kinda felt like doing the whole border. Oh yeah, there they are. I felt like kinda doing the whole border just felt weird. Or it felt like it was making the screen seem cramped. I wonder if the Thavnarian sandals would work. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, I'll just wear those. They go with the. When I got these originally, I didn't realize got the Thavnarian tights. I didn't realize that they're like smaller than the regular underwear. Okay, that should be good. Now, if I only need like 2 points, I can just throw a soot black dye on the glasses, but it doesn't really matter that much. I only need the 80. I've already got the title. Okay, let's head on over to Golden Saucer. Also gonna need to switch, I'm gonna want to switch classes because I don't have a glam on this class, or on this armor. I don't wanna mess it. I have to apply some glamour dispellers to fix it. Just switch over to one of these jobs. Oh. I'm gonna head over and do the gate. I didn't notice it was 320. Slice is right. Nice. Made it just in time. Also, for anyone concerned, my hand is a little bit uncomfortable right now, but it doesn't really hurt. Which is why I'm streaming. Because like the rest of it, it was like I think I probably could have streamed these past like 2 weeks, but I really didn't want to aggravate my hand any more than I already had, because I think it would be a lot better now if I hadn't restrained it, which is really frustrating. But right now I need to focus on this. Also, I'm kind of annoyed that I'm not going to get all of the Moogle tomestones that I want. I wanted to get like 150, but I've only got 100 right now. I'll probably... I'm not sure exactly what I'll buy. I'm not sure if I'll buy the... Hold on, it's not over yet, right? 6.4 isn't until... Yeah, 6.4 isn't until Monday. Or Tuesday. I'd like to get 150 of tomes, but I might just have to settle with this 100. I'm not really, like... I'm not sure if I want to buy the earrings or not, because, like, I'm never going to wear them, but at the same time, it's an item you can't get anymore. You won't be able to get, you know, like, all the FOMO and stuff. Ah! I only saw the bottom cut. I didn't realize it was an AoE one. Oh well. Let's go check our Jumbo Jackpot tickets. See if we got any... See if we got any not last tickets. Come on, big money, no whammy. That's last place. How about this one? That's also last place. Third time's the charm, right? That's last place. We're not going to talk about it. Trying to have slightly better posture. To try and make sure my hand doesn't hurt that much. But the thing is, I've got pretty good posture from what I read, at least, like, for my elbow and arm. And yet it's still slightly uncomfortable. Okay, let's present ourselves with this ridiculous outfit. And nothing seems out of the ordinary here. And then my character turns around and she's like not wearing anything underneath. It looks so goofy. Let's see, it's probably gonna be like 94, 92. Because I've got 3 items. Yeah, 93, okay. So like soot black dye would, on my glasses, would boost it to... Would give it, or I believe it would give it +3. Okay, let's fix my glam. Which one is it? There it is. Switch back to Dragoon. And let's head back over to Thavnair. Last time we... Actually, I'll do a recap once we actually get there. Oh wait, gotta do the... Gotta do the mini jackpot tickets. Okay, let's see. Nope. Let's see about this one. Get my normal... Okay, can't be 1, 2, 3, so let's go for 7, 8, 9. Well, we got 8 and 9, but not 7. One more? Let's see if we can get this one. Okay, it can be 7, 8, 9, that's the highest odds. Or you can go big or go home. Yeah, we're going safe. And it was neither. Oh well. Let's head on back over to Thavnair and continue on with MSQ. Let's go ahead and update the stream text as well. Finished up with the golden saucer. Okay, so Limsa, I'll go to Limsa, which will, and then take the boat to Old Charlian, which is what I did before off camera. Yeah, my hand is uncomfortable, but, like, it doesn't feel bad. I'm actually going to try wearing my wrist brace to bed, because I do feel like it, I do feel like the way that I'm sleeping is kind of messing it up a little bit. And I'll need to see later. I'll worry about that later. I still really like my my Zodiac weapon for Dragoon. I'm probably never gonna get another Zodiac weapon, but I'm glad I did at least once, because this one looks really cool, and it goes well with the Crystarium Dragoon armor. Meaning it looks good with black armor. Okay, now let's teleport over there. And we can get started with MSQ. I'll do a recap once we actually get over there. Or from what I remember. Oops. Alright. Last time, we finished up the second half of Thavnair. And basically tried to rescue as many people as we could. And we determined that, I think that was the previous time, but we basically just had to help this little town and try and like rescue as many people as possible. And we also got, I forget if we got any actual revelation, but because in the previous one we had determined that people turn into these monsters when they give in to despair. So staying hopeful and staying as positive as you can is the way to fight against these things. I also saw Matsuya almost turn, but then I forget what's the dragon's name. It's got a weird name. It's a little hard to pronounce. What window am I looking for? Right. Come on, I know it's here. That's Garlemald. And whatever. The dragon that we're working with, the real king of Radzadhan, ended up saving him and the baby. His baby was starting to turn as well. And now we're going to finish up Thavnair, because like we've only got like 2 more quests left for Thavnair. And then that'll unlock the Radzadhan Aetheryte. And then I'm really curious about how we're going to get to the next quest, because I see the title of the quest and I'm like, what? Why? Huh? You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to Nadana first, because I don't remember if I talked to her last time, and we'll talk to Matsuya and get going. Hardship is an inescapable part of life, we believe, and so our traditions teach us how we might overcome these trials. Perhaps this is why we are quick to adapt to new situations. That's right, they had their story about hardships and overcoming them, which is how a lot of the people were able to work together and continue on, pressing forward even in these literally apocalyptic circumstances. Anyway, let's talk to Matsuya and get going. Under his wing, Matsuya is eyeing you as if there's something he wants to say. As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what has become of Mekavan and Karasov's remains. Oh right, those were the parents, right? Oh, thank you, friend. Surely they will be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palakstand will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her growing up without parents, but I promise to do what I can. Once she is able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I could almost believe that's a magic at work. I could almost believe there's a magic at work. How their tension fades with every sip. Let us pray that FFXIV has seen the last of those transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as every village in Thavnair, like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. Shall we return to Razad-Han? By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I will bring rations and supplies from Akiali. We have plenty to spare. Then let us find Estinian and be on our way. Where did he wander off to again? He's probably just doing Estinian things, like leaning against a wall and being cool. The wakeful Tirana, near the bridge to Razad-Han, as I recall. Very well then. Now Matsuya gets to hang out with his, Was he the one that said that Nidana had the beautiful black eyes or something? I don't know what, what's apparent is a part of, but we'll get to that eventually. It might be part of unlocking the Elephant People's tribal quests. But I thought this one would unlock it. Either way, we'll deal with those eventually. We'll deal with those once we've actually finished Endwalker. Jeez, that light. I know last time I was complaining about the flashing from the lightning, but it's still really bad. I have appraised Estinian of the situation at FFXIV, so we needn't have that conversation. How do you suppose the others have fared in the capital? I hope things have not been too eventful in our absence. Well, probably shouldn't say those kinds of things, Alize, because that just means they're going to be really bad. Alphanode told me everything. Full glad am I to hear the people are safe. Likewise, you'll be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. 'Twould seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people of Thavnair. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I've received word from Thancred no short while ago. He awaits our return in the city on Alzadal's path. Come. You don't have to tell me twice, Estinian. Nice that I got flying last time so we can just quickly get through the rest of this. As if it's bad, or I'm saying this as if it's like bad or something. So we're gonna unlock the Razad-Han Aetheryte pretty soon. Either this quest or the next quest. I definitely got this one, right? Yes. The poor old woman who became a beast said her grandson had gone to FFXIV. I hope he survived. There is a lingering sense of desolation here, but that is much preferable to the panic and chaos we saw before. It will be a struggle for the people to come to terms with their tragedies, but they are far stronger than you may think. Estinian, you have changed so much. Alphanode is proud of you. It is good to see you safe. Given the skies, 'tis all too easy to fear the worst. I am pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe now. I've also heard that from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, though they said no more than that. Might you have any idea what this is about? Just a second. I just remembered I need to turn down my fan. There's a good chance that you can hear it in the background. Just give me a second. I meant to turn that down before I started. Hopefully it's not too audible, because I purposely turned off. I used to use the noise suppression plugin in OBS, but I felt like it was messing up my voice, kind of. Like it was cutting out certain frequencies from my voice and making me sound a little weird, so I actually turned that off. I've had that off for a couple months now, I think. A couple months, and I haven't streamed in the past month. I've barely streamed in the past month. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. So, Vitra has finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we too should hear what he has to say. To men... I cannot pronounce these names. To Meghaduta then. But before that, it would appear the word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them. Of course, gotta have even more tasks. I'm sure everyone will hear about it soon enough, but those who don't attend will be kicking themselves later for missing what's certain to be a historic moment. Oh, I bet it will be. I mean, they're gonna find out that a dragon's been ruling their country for years. That's a pretty big moment. Actually, I don't know if Vitra is going to say that, but I need to run all the way. I should have gone to this one. Oh well. I think Vitra's gonna say that, but he's gonna come out and say, hey, I'm your ruler now. This place is a little awkward to navigate, but at least it's not Ul'dah. I know people really complain about the layout of Ul'dah, and I did originally have some issues navigating it, but nowadays I pretty much know where everything is. Are the beasts all gone? I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look. Yeah, we killed them all. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Varshan is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with other people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. Yeah, head to the square, boy. Meant to open the map. Hello there. Leave me be, please. I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely terrible. Don't worry, I'm not a beast. Well, some people would say otherwise, but... Oh gods, what are you doing scaring me like that? If we're not quiet, those beasts will find us. Don't worry about it, we killed them all. The square, you say? But that's where the satrap was killed. With my very eyes. I saw him crushed in the creature's maw. So many lives lost. Such terrible carnage. And you say there's someone else who would lead Ratzat Han in his stead? Whoever they are, if they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved satrap, I'll make them regret it. Sure you will. Sure, kid. I'd like to see you try. Alright, let's talk to everyone and then we'll start up this cutscene. It would seem the people still have lingering doubts, and I cannot blame them. Yet we know that strength is afforded us with one of the first brood on our side. I have faith the citizenry will come to understand and accept him in time. Worm and man, working towards a common goal. Finished rounding up the stragglers? The proclamation will begin shortly. Let's wait here, lest we miss something important. I hear we're able to bring the situation in Palakstand under control. Every life lost is a tragedy, but you should take pride in doing what you could. When I assumed command during the earlier panic, I did so instinctively and out of necessity. It was not my place to give orders, but I am glad the people heeded them. Oh, don't worry, Graha, that was a cool cutscene. But now they have need of a true leader, a magnanimous and just satrap, who can guide them with every step of the way. Fortunately, they are blessed with one such soul. If anyone can protect and guide them through this calamity, it is he. Welcome back, Brilliant. Elfinote told me everything. I was pleased to hear that Vitra has chosen to reveal himself at last. The people of Ratidhand need a strong and wise satrap more than ever. People are slowly making their way here, but many are still gripped by fear and doubt. Hopefully Vitra's message of hope will resonate strongly enough with the ones willing to listen, and spread to every corner of Thavnair. Well, let's watch it and see what he does. See how everything goes. This is probably going to be voiced, or at least I hope it is.
Look, someone's coming.
People of Razathan, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Saying he. I mean, it makes sense, but...
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Oh, that's true.
Many thanks.
Oh, the eye.
A dragon! Wow!
People of Radzathan, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
His voice is loud.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the satrap all along?
Well, kinda.
Vashan! I mean, Master Vitra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Thavnair, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahewan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radzat to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, has she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Radzat will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it. Over you.
Gotta keep everyone hopeful.
And lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together. So too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azael's face.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Indeed.
Oh, Charlian scholars. And Fortunal. How did they even get here? Oh right, they have the teleporter.
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
As usual, we're one step ahead of them.
Father.
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radzat, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take
Does he not
me
notice
with
the
all
dragon?
possible haste.
Just sitting there?
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
He looks so sterile
If I
and
have
like...
given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Don't fit in at all here.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th Umbral Calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan, We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power
You know,
to save,
I was questioning that a bit. Like, are they gonna try and save everyone?
including you, our dear friends of Radzat Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy forum been allies to Thavnir. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
Oh, right. With Midgar Somer. Yeah, that's right.
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Like, honestly, he should probably take him up for anyone who isn't able to fight.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests.
Like, those that want to fight can stay, but those that can't or don't want to should, like, go.
Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase.
Yeah, calling those monsters blasphemies is a great name.
Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vitra. We believe in you.
Then everybody gets knocked off their feet when he flaps his wings. Oh, what's she running in here for?
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
Just realize how
Nidana,
long her arms
what's the
are.
matter? Has something happened at Palika's stand?
Normally, on
Oh,
humans,
no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do?
that's a good point.
Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Oh, there we go. Despair.
Yes, in this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
Of course.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
That's pretty interesting. Just a second. Okay, let's talk to everyone. I've been entrusted with a message meant for you and your companions. When you are done speaking amongst yourselves, I won't share it with you. Oh, that's gonna take a minute. We have no better, safer course of action to offer them than fleeing to the moon. I know this, and yet Vitra and his people love their home. There must be something we can do. Even were Vitra to acquiesce to their proposal, just how do the Sharlians intend to transport the nation's entire populace to the moon? They've probably got another secret that they're not telling anyone because they're a bunch of stuck-up snobs. That soldier of the Radiant there, if I'm not mistaken, he accompanied Erewhon to Vanaspati. Could it be that he knew Vitra's identity all along? Their solution sits ill with me, but if life has taught me anything, it's that there is little to be gained from arguing with Sharlians. We must take it upon ourselves to find a better way. Under normal circumstances, the Forum's proposal would be regarded as sheer madness, but when the sky burns, even madness can sound appealing. Doubtless Vitra is loath to abandon his home, and yet, absent other options, he cannot dismiss the option out of hand. True. As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we have seen, there is still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be, as Nadana said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And if so, are we powerless to forestall it? I'm gonna say no. And, no matter what my father and the Forum say, giving up and abandoning this place cannot be our only recourse. Yeah, same thing. Okay. Well, let's talk to this guy. Let's see what's happening now. At World's End, the Radiant Host soldier has a message for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Greetings, honored Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency, the Satrap. Brave Scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying times. Alas, matters here at Megaduta prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparations for the trials ahead. Free food? I'm not going to turn that down. Such are the words of Master Vitra. The feast he speaks of awaits you at the Merides Mayhain. Pray make your way there whenever your business is done. We thank you for your kindness, indeed. I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. Ah, and to you, Brilliant Mason. There is someone we had hoped to introduce you in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? A personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now. This must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Who's it gonna be? Thank you, friend. Whenever you are ready, please join me in the Aetheryte Plaza. I shall go on ahead. I have no idea who this is going to be, unless it's somebody really obvious and I'm forgetting. There's a good chance that's the case. Okay, well I obviously can't teleport directly there, so the closest one is probably the entrant. Nah, I should probably just run. Curious who we're going to meet here. Can't really think of anyone in particular. You know, if I'm not going to turn around with my mouse, it's not any faster to do that, to do a backflip. Alright, soldier, who am I meeting here? Access to the Aetheryte you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune to the Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. So basically they're like, hey, you should attune to this before we continue on the story. Nice to actually be in a place where there are people. Because, like, the only place that there have been people are ARR zones. There aren't very many people in Heaven's Ward, or in Ishgard, nor in the Crystarium. Also, am I still missing one? Yeah, the Hinge Crucible. I didn't go all the High Crucible, not Hinge Crucible. I'll get that eventually. But right now, let's go ahead and... Are we going to meet up with the person? Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the Hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Radz-at-Han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. So are we going to meet their leader? Or... what's going on with this? Okay. There's each of the city-states from the Alliance are here. Welcome to the Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... Oh, so you're the famous Brilliant Mason, eh? I knew at the moment you stepped through the door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell. Shirobot, please. You are speaking to the Satrap's honored guest and savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of Eorzea, scion of the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, an all-around good egg, I'm sure. What is this place? Who are you? This talk about eggs reminds me I'm late for dinner. Why is it playing like you're about to do a dungeon music? I hear you've been to Kugane, where you'll have seen all sorts of foreign embassies and whatnot. Oh, okay, this is their embassy delegation thing? Well, we've got them here in Radz-at-Han, too. Other lands send delegates to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? You've got a representative from Doma. Ul'dah and Alamico. Lemza Lemenza. Redania. And last but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouths that bridge the distance between Radzed Han and their respective homelands. We've used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a woman in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. Do I have to? I'm kinda hungry. I thank you for your report. The conditions under which men turned into beasts, the etheric anomalies you've observed, and you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red, just contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thavnar reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this isle and Corvus. Alas, this is of little comfort. All throughout allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. Oh, it's already happening? From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to those that involved the merchant Kalzal, right. As was the case here, the victims underwent the changes prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. What am I trying to say? I don't remember. What a great thought. That's what I'm trying to say. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Haven't we already named them blasphemies? Here in Radzed Han, we've taken it to challenge the first to change. We've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest blasphemies. As fitting a name as any, to ensure clarity in the future communications, we should urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Each nation has assembled their own group of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies, and their spawn as when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put the people's mind at ease, and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with strength and fortune to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it is for that very reason that we turn to you. I already have enough on my plate. I don't need to be running around killing these blasphemies. Pray lend us your strength, and help us slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. I can't? Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess weirdly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. I just noticed her heterochromia. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into all that fine cuisine, eh? You gain access to role quests for Endwalker. Oh, okay. Separate quest line and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer. Undertake these quests, speak to any of the okay. Speak to any of the delegates at the Sun Drop and agree to help defeat the blasphemies that plague their respective homelands. Oh, okay, that's how they're gonna work it out. I don't know if they're gonna be required like Shadowbringers, but I'll look that up later. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll deal with that later. Pray forgive Shirabot her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but is simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You'll be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mayhan? Sure, I know Razadhan like the back of my hand. I have a terrible sense of direction. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house. Ooh, I like the sound of that. So order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant hosts, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Razadhan in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, that we might honor Alwan's legacy and serve Master Vitra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. Alright, let's head on back and attend that feast. I think this is the... No. Okay, that's not the one that I'm missing, so I'll just teleport straight there. There's probably going to be another long cutscene, which I'm not going to complain about. Time to eat. Oh, they're there. Should talk to everyone first. See? Sitting on the wall. Leaning against the wall and just a Stydian thinks. I'm overdue for a good meal. The threat here has been quelled, but our job's only just begun. I know I must eat to regain my strength, but between you and me, I don't have much of an appetite. Forgive me for not waiting to make a toast. My throat was utterly parched. Wow, Alpha Node. Good you could join us. Mithiel over there will be happy to take your order. How was your meeting with the Radiant? I would love to hear more, of course you would. Talk to Miliel here and get our order. Welcome. When the satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kalzel from your friend, Graha Tia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are Meridy's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? A piping hot mug of chai, please. A glass of your finest local spirits. Water. Just water. As you wish. Pray join us. Pray join your friends, and I will bring you your drink. Alright, time for a cutscene. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want? Pray tell. That's right. I think that's what you said before. Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
Yep, that's basically what they said.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend.
Make sure it's not poisoned. You know what happened last time.
May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate.
Yeah, so how was
Even the
Zodiac
flower
holding it back
she gave
again?
us is no more.
In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name. Maybe we can research what Elpis is, because I do know it's a zone that we go to at some point.
So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
I don't know, why don't we just ask Hydaelyn or whatever?
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Like I said, let's go ask Hydaelyn.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
Hey, isn't Almarat still in the first?
Elidibus. I sealed him in the White Horusite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul.
Well, that's not the direction I thought we were going, but still.
However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
Okay, that's why we end up going to the first. It's worth a try. It would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well. Sure. So I saw that the next quest is called Return to the Crystarium, and I had no idea
Much to me.
how we were going to get there, or rather
If nothing
story-wise.
else,
Obviously, we're just going to go
should we
through the
learn
portal.
First is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
Why don't we just ask Emmett? He's narrating this whole thing.
So much left for you to see. Where beginning ends and end begins.
Alright, let's see what the next quest is called. I think it... Okay, let's finish this up first. I'm going to talk to everyone, and we'll finish up this quest. Well, I suppose I do feel better on a full stomach. After all, parting skies, blasphemies, not if I've got anything to say about it. The final days. How far has the phenomenon spread, and how does it manifest itself in each land? I must reach out to my friends in each nation and find out all I can. Beasts and blasphemies may be running amok in nearby lands outside the influence of Radzed Han and the Alliance. If so, I may need to go hunting. If the Forum truly has been spurred to action by Hydaelyn's prophecy, then is it not odd that the Anti-Tower was entrusted to Master Matoya, who bears them no love? No doubt she has reason for this, and I would know what it is. Was she gonna go talk to Matoya? Nothing like a feast to lift the spirits. I trust you enjoyed yourself as well. Right, let's finish up this quest, and then I'll need to see what the next quest is. I might be wrapping up after this, but I'll need to see. Let me finish this up first. Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? In that case, it's time we each attend to our task. And when you arrive at the first, give my regards to Reen. Tell her I miss her. Yep, okay. That was the... Yeah, that was the end of this quest line. Which, I know we literally only did 2 quests, but it's been a little over an hour. Not a little over an hour. Yeah, it's been... With my wrist does hurt a bit. So I don't want to go to... I don't want to, like, do too big of a stream. So this is probably all I'm going to do for today. I think that's actually only going to be like 1 video's worth. That's fine. That's perfect. Anyway. Let's see, where should I stand for this? Usually they have a spot for me, but I guess my spot would be right here, wouldn't it? Anyway. I'd like to do more, but my wrist does... Oops. My wrist does hurt a bit. And I don't want to, like, overwork it again. And, like, restrain it again. So this is all I'm going to do for today. We did make decent bit of progress. Finally. And now we are going to head to the first. And try and see if we can get anything from Elidibus, whatever's left of him in the Crystal Tower. Although I get the feeling we're not just gonna meet Elidibus. Just a hunch. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. I hope to do another stream next weekend, even if it's only 1 day for an hour like this. I think I could probably do that, unless, like, my hand gets really bad after this. I don't think that's gonna be the case, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know on Twitter if I'm going to do it Saturday or Sunday, but I'm planning on doing at least 1 stream next weekend. Until then, goodbye.